appeal. Well, now on Bounce, 80,000 Americans, that's the number, who are living with sickle cell right now. 98% of those are African Americans. Now the Community Blood Center of the Carolinas and the Carolinas Healthcare System's Levine Cancer Institute have teamed up all in an effort to fight the disease. Joining us now with more is Adam Eberhart. He's with the CBCC. Adam, thanks, of course, for being here. Now, first explain what sickle cell is to many of those people who may not know what it is.
Of course. Sickle cell is a trait. Our red blood cells are naturally round. They're oval shaped. Sickle cell causes these blood cells to be elongated. And what can happen in sickle cell patients is these blood cells, when they're traveling through veins, can become jarred and jammed and cause very painful reactions to folks who battle sickle cell. Can cut off blood supply and cause limb and tissue damage.
Wow. So when do people detect they have sickle cell? Are there symptoms and they need to go, or or can they walk around and have it and they not know it?
We are further along in sickle cell research than we've ever been today. We can actually detect it at birth now. So folks can be diagnosed at birth and know they either carry the trait or they have sickle cell. And that's why our treatment is advanced, and that's why there's a need for increased blood donors.
Gotcha. Now tell me, what made CBCC and the Levine Cancer Institute decide to form the Carolinas Sickle Cell Carolina Collaborative?
We have a great new hematologist from Emory. Her name is Dr. Iffy, and Dr. Iffy joined Carolinas Healthcare, and she's a specialist in sickle cell. And so she's put together an amazing team of nurses, doctors, social workers to not just treat the disease as flare-ups come up, but to manage the disease lifelong. One of the biggest ways we manage the disease is through blood transfusion. That requires local blood donors.
Gotcha. And the goal of this, at the end of the day, you want to achieve what?
We want to achieve more African American donors coming out of blood drives. We had our initial launch of our Sickle Cell Collaborative yesterday, and we had 50 to 60 very influential leaders of the community come in and pledge their support to hosting a blood drive at their church, at their business, in their community, to get more African American donors into our blood center.
And I guess the more African Americans you get, the more lives you can potentially save.
The larger our pool is, and the closer that we can match donors with patients. And that's the name of the game.
And I guess you said sickle cell has advanced in treatment and things like that.
We have.
Tell us some of those advancements and what makes it a little bit more easier now for people who have sickle
just come a long way with diagnosis in the beginning, and then with treatment. Folks originally diagnosed with sickle cell lived to their 20s or their 30s. Now we've got sickle cell patients living into their 60s, their 70s, their 80s, because medical technology has advanced so much. That being said, we rely on blood transfusions for our sickle cell patients to continue healthy living.
Gotcha. Well, thank you so much for joining us and telling us about a worthwhile information so we can save lives.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, then. Well, next on Bounce.